Xaymaca is not an empty island. It is a named space. It is organized by use and movement. Its coasts, valleys, and rivers are arranged by habit and need. Population is distributed by water and soil. Settlement follows rainfall and access to food. Paths follow ridges and river mouths. The interior is used seasonally rather than settled permanently. The people of Xaymaca treat the island as a working environment. Resources are cycled through repeated use. Life is built around predictable yields. Movement follows seasonal patterns. Risk is managed through dispersion, not concentration. This society already functions. Its systems operate within limits set by population size, transport range, and food perishability. Xaymaca is mountainous at its core. Steep interior ridges divide rainfall. River systems form narrow agricultural corridors. Coastal plains provide lighter soils and access to fishing. Permanent villages cluster near rivers and bays. They sit above floodlines. They face prevailing winds. They avoid swamp zones where possible. Housing is light and temporary. Structures are rebuilt rather than preserved. Villages shift gradually over time. Soil exhaustion is reduced through rotation. Population density remains moderate. Food supply sets a limit. Transport cost sets another. There is no pressure for large urban concentration. Storage capacity is limited. Surplus is perishable. Settlement is therefore dispersed. Clusters are linked by paths and canoe routes. No settlement controls the island. The landscape enforces this pattern. Steep slopes restrict transport. Dense forests slow movement. Coastal currents shape exchange routes. Xaymaca sits within regional movement systems. Travel between islands occurs regularly. Food production is agricultural. It depends on cultivated root crops. Cassava is central. Sweet potato and maize supplement it. Fields are cleared in small sections. Burning returns nutrients to the soil. Plots are worked for limited years. They are then left to recover. This system limits erosion. It spreads labor over time. It reduces total crop failure. Fishing supplies protein. Shellfish and reef fish are common. Deep water species are less frequent. Canoes define fishing range. Hunting exists but does not dominate. Large land animals are scarce. Small mammals and birds supplement diet. Food processing is labor-intensive. Cassava must be detoxified. Grating, pressing, and baking are required steps. This establishes a regular work cycle. Storage is short-term. Food is consumed close to production. Local exchange redistributes surplus. This economy discourages hoarding. It rewards coordination and timing. Failure occurs when weather shifts. Drought weakens crops. Storms damage fishing grounds. Recovery depends on network access. There is no large reserve of stored food. Resilience comes from crop variety and network links. Leadership exists at village level. Local chiefs coordinate labor and ritual. Authority rests on distribution, not force. Power is not centralized. It does not support large armed groups. Control extends only over short distances. Lineage determines succession. Status is inherited but limited. Tribute takes the form of labor and goods. It supports ceremonial centers. It funds feasts and seasonal gatherings. Decisions are shaped by councils. Agreement prevents fragmentation. Conflict resolution relies on negotiation. Expulsion is used when needed. Severe penalties appear limited. There is no prison system. There is no written administration. Precedent governs disputes. Religion reinforces authority. Spiritual roles organize seasons and labor. Myth encodes geography and agriculture. The system maintains order through repetition. Change occurs gradually. Authority circulates goods. Leadership fails when redistribution breaks down. This limits hierarchy. It also limits expansion of control. Canoes connect the island to wider routes. Travel follows wind and current. Movement occurs for marriage, exchange, and ritual. Stone tools show imported materials. Certain stones are not local. They arrive through exchange. Ceramics share regional forms. Design styles spread through contact. Trade is relational. Gifts establish obligation. Movement spreads risk. Crop failure in one area can be offset elsewhere. Networks reduce isolation. Language links communities. Dialect varies but remains understandable. Ritual and story move with goods. There is no single port. Multiple landing points exist. Exchange is decentralized. This prevents dominance by one settlement. Distance limits scale. Storms impose seasonal limits. Travel is predictable but bounded. Xaymaca functions as one node in a wider system. It participates without controlling it. Warfare exists but remains limited. Raiding occurs. It targets people and goods rather than land. Battles are small. They involve village groups. There are no permanent armies. Weapons are simple. Bows, clubs, and spears dominate. Defensive structures are minimal. Conflict increases during scarcity. Drought raises tension. Population growth strains land. Revenge cycles occur. They are contained by kin ties. They rarely expand far. There is no conquest state. There is no sustained occupation. Control does not extend over large areas. Violence regulates balance rather than growth. It enforces boundaries. Captives are sometimes taken. They are absorbed or exchanged. They do not form a production base. This prevents large-scale war. It also prevents unification. Pressure comes from environment. Survival defines strategy. Xaymaca is stable but capable of change. Its systems operate within ecological limits. Its population is tied to its landscape. It is organized territory. It is shaped by long use. Its economy produces limited surplus. Its authority concentrates limited power. Its transport supports only short-range control. This makes it resistant to internal collapse. It also exposes it to external systems. In the final years of this order, a new structure arrives. It does not operate within these limits. It replaces them. The interruption is logistical. It introduces large animals, metal tools, and permanent extraction. Food systems are redirected. Authority structures are bypassed. From this point onward, Xaymaca becomes part of an external system. Its earlier organization does not vanish. It becomes subordinate. What follows is replacement rather than discovery.